No Way Up is a brand new 2024 film that was directed by Claudio, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is also from the producers or executive producers or something like that of the 47 Meters Down film, I think both. And this is how they're advertising this one, the whole, because it's a shark film. It's another shark film, so right there you know what to expect, a shark movie. And we have, masterpieces like Jaws, and then we have the most amazing trash like Sharknado, and everything in between. But this makes sense that this was kind of or produced or put together by the producers of 47 Meters Down, because it has that feeling. What we have basically as a basic premise is we have these people who take a plane trip. I don't know exactly where they're going, but the plane goes down in the ocean, and then the plane sinks, and then there's a group of friends at the back of the plane, and the plane is kind of like on an angle, so they're stuck in like an air pocket, and they're trying to survive, and then sharks come. So it's a great premise right there. Just the idea of being trapped underwater and like stuck, like the whole claustrophobic thing. Sharks don't really scare me too much. Planes sure do. This is definitely a film I'm not going to be watching closer to the summer when I have a trip planned to Cuba. I'm not going to be sticking this one on, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. But, it plays with a lot of phobias and people's fears all at once. A lot of movies did that. But this one just felt or seemed like a good, fun B-movie, and I decided to give it a watch. Because I really like the 47 Meters Down, both of them. First one better than the second, but I thought they played with its theme really well. And this one is fine. It's fine. It's just fine. It'll entertain you because it is a lot of fun. You'll have a good time with it. But damn, there are some things that I can nitpick this film about. Like, when it comes to the acting, it's pretty average and fair all across. There's nothing outstanding. The effects are good. I liked the way things looked and were done when it came to the intense moments. I think this script is just very subpar. Like, and when I say the acting is fair and everything, I don't think that it was most often the actor's fault, actually. I think this film's biggest flaw is its script. The biggest thing about a film like this, there's two kinds, okay? There's a movie that knows it's bad, Sharknado, that has the worst effects ever, and on paper, this is a half-star film. It's pathetic. It's just atrocious on paper. But because they know that, and because they're going for that, they can tweak it in a sense where it's just so much fun, and people are delivering their lines on purpose. Like, hey, I want you to deliver this line like this, but I want you to do it exactly like this. And they say it where it's not what they say, it's how they say it that is completely hilarious and done perfectly. So that in and of itself makes the film hell of enjoyable, even though on paper it's not a good film. And then there's the films with the high budgets, and they can afford great actors, and they have a lot of money to put into it, and everything in it is underwhelming when it comes to the acting and the fun of it and the entertainment value of it and stuff like that. So you have both sides. You have crappy movies that know they're crappy and do a good job with the crappy. You have high-budgeted blockbusters that don't know what they're doing with the money, and then they kind of just squander everything. And I think the biggest thing was just the writing. There's ridiculous lines. There's things that don't land. There's one character in particular that I could not stand. And this is one character that actually stays for the movie for quite a long time. And it's the one character that I did not like the most. And this person was just there forever. And you think there's going to be some kind of payoff or something like that, or some kind of redeeming moment, but there is not. And this guy's just making jokes all the time, and he gets on the plane at one moment. There's the flight attendant coming along, and then I don't know if I missed something, but this guy just starts railing with the gay jokes, and like ramming them with the gay jokes on this guy because he's like, oh, he's doing the flight instructions and he's like, oh, I bet he knows what to do with that whistle. Yeah, I can tell. He's got that look to him. He just keeps going and going. And then at one point he drops some chips and he goes to pick up the chips and he's like, yeah, well, you know, I bet he spends a lot of times on his knees, so he knows what he's doing. Just like, none of these things are like funny. Like, not because, not in a sense where like I'm offended. Not in a sense where I'm just like, oh, homophobia, you're an awful person. Like, gay jokes can be funny. Like, it's not the jokes. It's not, it just seems so random and out of nowhere and impolite. Like, you don't just start making fun of strangers out of nowhere. You don't make fun of a person for being obese that you don't know. You don't start making fun of a little person you don't know. You don't start making fun of a gay person you don't know. It's just weird and odd. You don't go to a stranger who looks like a dude and is wearing a dress and like, why are you wearing a dress, man? It's socially awkward. Bigot stuff aside, because I'm totally against cancel culture and all that shit, it's just impolite. It's just really dumb to do. And then they try to redeem the character later because they bring that back, and it's like, okay, that's eye rolling, and it's just dumb kind of thing. And a lot of dumb moments happen like that. I mean, without spoiling why this happens, there is a line in the movie where this girl takes like oxygen hose or something, and she's like, I guess we could try blowing bubbles at the sharks. We could blow bubbles at them. It's just the delivery. Like, there's a reason why she says it, but it's just the delivery and the stupidity of how that sounds. And then the thing is, like, if everybody, like, around her gave her a weird look, or, like, if it was a moment that you could tell is played for humor, it could work. But it doesn't feel that way because the scene is completely taken dead seriously. And this film, again, it's probably another thing with it when it comes to the directing, when it comes to the script. This film does take itself dead seriously. Like, it does not play many things for laughs. There's some jokes, but they really didn't land, especially from me. I think production-wise, this film just didn't work in a lot of ways. I can't say I didn't enjoy it, and I can't say it wasn't fun. But it's not like the dumb action movie that, like, The Meg was, or something that, you know, is able to blend seriousness with humor in a way that is a lot of fun. I'm not talking Sharknado, which is just fun and just stupidity. I'm talking a movie that knows how to be serious and be funny at the same time. This one, I guess, just missed the mark in every way with me in that sense. And when it comes to the ending, like the last 10 minutes of it, everything just gets so ridiculous and eye-rolling. But again, it's missing that factor. I think it's missing that touch that just personally didn't work for me. And I'm not, again, bashing this film. Critically, judgingly, the score I would give it, at the end of the film, this landed at a 1.5 out of 5. But I've mentioned this in other videos. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy the movie. That doesn't mean I never want to watch this piece of shit again. I had fun with it. But on a technical scale, balancing out how well the film was made versus how well I enjoyed it and blending those two together, I'd come to, like I said, a 1.5. There's lots of movies I've given a half star, but I can watch again. Can't think of any off the top of my head because rarely do I give a half score. But I know there are films that I have, but could still watch again. Just thought of one. Half-star film. This film is horrendous, but it's just so hilariously horrendous that I have such a good time with it. On a technical scale, it's 0.5 out of 5. But I have a review for this too on the channel if you want to go check it out. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. But that's just me being honest because I like to be honest. I enjoy cinema, period. And I really did have fun with this. And I would watch it again. You could do way worse. I watched a film earlier in the year called Lift, which this is miles better than Lift. Miles better than Lift when it comes to entertainment value. So it's not terrible. It's just, it missed a lot of marks, and there's a lot of potential that this film had that it just didn't hit with me. Some people, actually a lot of people are liking, a lot of people are giving this film a lot more praise than I am. Maybe that's the wrong way to put it. A lot of people are being nicer to the cheesiness of this film, which I can understand. It's a fun, cheesy film. I just think it could be more fun and more cheesy and understand itself more. I guess that's the best way that I can describe it. but it's not a recommendation kind of thing. Just go into it expecting a pretty lame shark film, and you can have a good time with it. It's certainly not boring, and it's time well spent, pretty much. And if you like sharks, there you go. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.